Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about Xbox and PlayStation and if Xbox is creating a feeling of entitlement when it comes to upgraded games and stuff. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with this. So I just watched a video about this from another content creator, and more or less it's basically defending, Sony charging for upgrades and stuff. Me personally, I don't have a problem paying for the upgrades. I mean, honestly, it is what it is. To me, I mean, I made a video earlier today about it too, but this is a little more in depth, just covering this issue alone. To me, the way that Microsoft is going about offering free upgrades to get game for games, like first party games that they've made for Xbox. I mean, honestly, they haven't released really any first party games for the Xbox Series X to date. So I mean, yeah, that definitely makes sense for them to offer that. But if you're like me and you own both consoles, I mean, yeah, it does kind of create a feeling of, I'm not going to lie, it does really create a feeling of, like, Sony, going out of their way to, like, overcharge me, when you think about it, I mean, literally, the PlayStation 5, the whole ecosystem, it is not a value. It is not a value to purchase this right now. I mean, you are going to pay top dollar for everything you get on that, whether that experience is good or not. I've said before on this channel a lot of times, I buy most of my third-party games on the Xbox ecosystem now. So yeah, that really does, kind of create a wedge in there for PlayStation, because if those experiences that I'm paying $70 full price for now aren't keeping me entertained or aren't keeping my attention long enough, it just goes to show that, like, that my experience on PlayStation, it's not bad by any means. Like, I get through these games and I'm done with them. I play them one time. But the added benefit of getting an upgrade for these games, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's be completely honest. If I've already completed the game, the chances of me going back through a Sony first party game are pretty slim to none. I'm basically paying another upgrade fee just to look at some prettier graphics of a game I've already finished. The addition of with the addition of Ghost of Tsushima adding another island, yeah, that does add more content for me to consume. So at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pay my $30 and I'm gonna play the game. Like, I do feel like it should be, $20 or whatever, for the expansion. But at the same time, I mean, if they upgrade the game to a certain extent, then yeah, that's fine. Like, it is what it is. I mean, like I said in my video earlier, man, optics matter. Me personally, yeah, I'm gonna buy my stuff, guys, but the optics do matter. The optics of Microsoft going and upgrading these games for free, that does matter. And eventually people are going to see that, and it is what it's doing right now is it's giving Microsoft this really good name, like, as consumer friendly, when, I mean, if it was Microsoft on top right now, it would be a completely different story, possibly. I mean, they all come out. I've been playing video games for a long time, okay? And these console guys, they're always out there to sell you the newest console so that they can, I mean, they take a loss on the console and then they sell you the services, the games, the software, the other things that I mean now both of these consoles have advertising right inside, right on the home menu, man. You get inundated with lots and lots and lots of advertising no matter where you go. It's not, I mean, neither one of these companies are altruistic. The fact that Xbox is going out of their way to offer free upgrades and stuff like that, yeah, that's pretty good. That is definitely more consumer friendly, and it we're having this conversation, and it's like, dude, if this was in the PC market, none of this would even be talked. I mean, the PC market, they never pay for upgrades. If they buy a game 10 years ago and it gets upgraded, they get that upgrade for free, always. So why is it any different for the console space? That's what I believe Phil Spencer's trying to create with Xbox, is more like, hey man, if you buy a game, dude, you bought the game, you should get upgrades, for as long as the game is getting supported and remade and stuff. Because yeah, dude, I am personally sick of buying the same game over and over and over and over again. I mean, Resident Evil 2, okay? That came out on PlayStation 1, and then it got upgraded on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That was a complete couple of generations of upgrade that made that, a worthy purchase to pay again full price. But if you just bought a game last year, and then they upgrade it to the newest, bestest system, why should you have to pay? Why should you have to buy that game again, especially if there's a backward compatible thing? I get both arguments. I really do. Like, Sony's a business. They're out there to make money. The only thing they have is a PlayStation 5 and software. That's what they make their money on, is the software. It costs them a lot of money. I will continue to buy my PlayStation stuff, but I am going to be more selective in the future because of the way, they've been going about this. That other reviewer brings up the Spider-Man, upgrade, to that. I mean, and yes, you can upgrade that without buying the deluxe Miles Morales version. Miles Morales was basically a 5-hour DLC for the last game. I mean, to think that change, I mean, just to think, like, 5 hours, man, that's basically, $30 DLC. I mean, all of the DLCs I got with the Spider-Man were they were anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours of gameplay. The first ones that came out with it, like the Black Cat and all of that stuff, they were about 2 to 5 hours. Or no, I actually, if you combine them all, it was another 8 hours of gameplay, between all three of those. So if you take that 8 hours of gameplay and you compare it to Miles Morales, which was 5 hours of gameplay, but with the whole world remade over or whatever. I mean, yeah, the Miles Morales was $50, but if you look at like something like Forza Horizon 4, where the seasons change every week, I mean, yeah, it's definitely, more sets of assets and everything like that. But the fact of the matter is I mean, no, I don't know. I mean, the price is whatever Sony sets the price at. So if they set it at $30, it's $30, man. If they set it at $60, it's $60. It is what it is. You're either gonna like it and buy it, or you're not gonna like it and buy it. The whole moral of what I'm talking about is optics, man. Like, I love PlayStation, I love Xbox, but the whole optics of it, I don't think it's creating like an entitlement per se. I mean, you bought the game once. You should probably get, upgrades like they do in the PC market. Like, I'm perfectly on board with that. But I'm also perfectly okay with supporting the developers and paying for upgrades as well. So when it comes to this whole argument, like, I'm kind of neutral on it for the most part. Like, yeah, I enjoy and I appreciate getting the free upgrades. Like, that makes me happy. that really does make me happy, and that makes me far more inclined to buy the next product that they put out. When I have to pay for every single upgrade along the way after buying my shiny new PlayStation 5 and PlayStation only really releasing so far one game that I was actually, like completely excited about playing. And then, Microsoft, they haven't released really anything yet on the Xbox Series X, but I mean, I've been playing, that's where I buy my third-party games, so that's, where I play most of the time. The fact of the matter is, when it's cut and dry, no, it doesn't. No, it's not creating a sense of entitlement. It isn't. It just isn't. It is creating a. PlayStation decided to come out this generation and say, hey, you know what? We're raising the bar. We're setting the price at $70. Well, Phil Spencer and Xbox came out and say, well, yeah, we're going to try to push for free upgrades for games. So both of them are trying to lead in a separate way and create a different... I personally agree. If Sony wants to raise the price to $70 for games, I want free upgrades for those games going forward. That's what I feel like when I'm buying quality. Phil Spencer is basically saying, hey, yeah, man, like, we're going to upgrade the games for free and stuff. That's amazing. I appreciate that more than I appreciate the $10 price increase, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You pay your price, you buy your content, you enjoy it, you consume it. It's either worth it because the content was great or it's not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the product is the product and the price is the price. So no, I don't think this is creating a sense of entitlement. But on the other hand, I also don't think that charging nickel and diming us for every single upgrade they decide to put in a game, I don't think that's that cool either. Especially if you bought these games last year. Like normally when they do a remaster or a remake, there's been some time in between that. So it's like, okay, whatever. But this, these games literally came out like last year or whatever. So yeah, it is a little bit. The value's there. The value will be there one way or another. If the game is good and the upgrades are good, yeah, the value's going to be there, so it'll be worth it. Now it's Sony's point. Now it's Sony's problem to show us that this price of the upgrade is going to offer value in some meaningful way that is going to entice me to spend more time on Ghost of Tsushima. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.